century ago. In Toledo, Ohio, a group of young men led by Judge Paul William Alexander had a vision. During their lunch break, a group of young working men in Toledo decided to support their local YMCA.
And it turned out to be the world's largest support system for YMCAs all over the world, which galvanized young people across the globe. That's our story, the story of the Wise Men's Club.
Pilgrims set sail from Europe in 1620. Several powerful reasons propelled them across the Atlantic Ocean to make a new beginning in America. What led them to do so was their deep-seated vision and pure faith, and they laid the foundations of a powerful nation in history. The Wakefield Reading Club in Massachusetts is 100 years old and is the granddaddy of the North Atlantic region.
Over a period of 6 decades, even in their golden 90s, Norman and Ellie Campbell are active members of the club. They have served North Atlantic region in various capacities. Still, in their eyes, we saw great hopes for the club's future. Let us listen to them.
Well, I was recruited at the YMCA in Wakefield in 1965 by Walter Johnson, who was an originator with the club. And he simply asked me that I should be a member, and so I did. I became a member. I didn't have any objection to it, and I thought that sounded pretty good to me. So we started to go to the meetings, and then time passed, and of course you're asked to take certain responsibilities, and that not seemed to be too much. So we went along with the whole thing, and suddenly you find yourself in a leadership position, and that's simply as it should be. If they became believers in Jesus and God, they would have some help mentally, and I think that's a big difference. The Bible teaches you how to live, and if you don't have any knowledge of it, you're lost. And I think it's just terrible that the churches have failed to keep people coming. They simply have done their best, but it wasn't good enough to keep the growing population coming and bringing their children to church to teach them what they should know about life. It's a great sadness, but we go on and persevere, and perhaps things will get better. That's our only prayer. The happiest time would be at the conclusion of a Christmas tree sale, which was quite successful, perhaps even more than we had expected. We all felt buoyant, we all felt fulfilled, and we were patting one another on the back.
Wakefield Club, their entire life revolves around Christmas. Fundraising through the Christmas tree sale for the YMCA is a tradition for Wakefield Club.
In the Wise Men's Club for about 18 years now, and we have been introduced to the club and invited to the club by Norman and Ellie Campbell 18 years ago, and he said, "How would you like to come sell some Christmas trees?" And I said, "Yeah, that sounds wonderful. To sell trees and touch people's lives and bring them joy as we're selling the trees, and
Amen.
Offering to take their pictures with their family with the trees."
Yes,
Dave Barabee. I just been real proud to be part of this tradition for, like, me and my wife have been doing this for close to 20 years, and then knowing that all this is going to a great cause, and looking forward to it for another good year.
My name is John Blake. David elected me treasurer not too long ago, and I wanted to talk about Norman and Ellie and David and Katie. Norman's humility is what struck me the most. He came and he invited my wife first to the club, and my wife said, "You've got to meet this gentleman, Norman. He's a dynamic character, and he's full of faith, and you will love him." And from the moment we met, I said, "This is a man, a good man, a deeply good man, kind man." And Ellie, and it's been an honor to be in this club. So I cannot comment upon that.
Amen.
It's just been a terrific ride. And all we can be responsible with is just touching the people that we touch every day. in the small moments that we have. And that's what we do. And so I'm proud and honored to be a member of this club as well.
David Workman, the current CFO of U.S. area, introduced them to a new line of fellowship. That's the story of YMI in the region.
We're a club that's inclusive, that they can join. It's not expensive. It's a community group, and it's based on service first. Okay, money second. Okay, but those services are necessary because the YMCA does not have unlimited budgets, and they need assistance. You don't need to spend thousands of hours in club service to get the benefits. And if you progress into the club service, if you progress in the club, you give to the club what you can.
My experiences with the club, I started when I met David, and he was active through his dad, helping himself with the trees. But now as my children are older, I do have more time, and I'm happy to help him out, take some of the load off of him.
We're an inclusive group, so we encourage our group. We have a lot of husband and wife members, and we think that's great. And it helps the social aspect of the club, and it also, like I said, keeps the generational piece of the club moving. So very proud of what we've been able to accomplish, but I think at the end, our goal is now to the next 100 years.
With 9 clubs with many community clubs in formation, here is a new beginning. The flame of volunteerism that burns within us remains our strength.
As a media team, we travel to collect stories of interest. We have visited the shores of Plymouth, where the Pilgrim Fathers landed 300 years ago. Andover is not far from Plymouth, where Wakefield Reading Club of North Atlantic region took shape 100 years ago. Norman and Ellie Campbell, who were in their golden 90s, served YMI for over 6 decades of their life and still active in their club life. They served YMI as regional directors and on various capacities. What a joy that opportunity gave us. We are inspired by their undiminished enthusiasm for life. We saw great hope in their eyes for the future of YMI in the United States of America.
Well, we certainly welcome you on board. It's exciting to be on a ship and cruising along the coast that's so well known to all of us who are here. We welcome those from other parts of the country, and we say to you, this is such a beautiful area of the country, this is what you're missing. Bye-bye.
I heard that your grandpa was the president of this club, and your father is the current president of the club. And you think that you'll be a president of this club one day?
Maybe if I keep putting in work with the club, and if I keep going to these regional events and stuff, I think I could definitely become a president one day.
Great. And I think that we are losing a young generation into the club. So what can be done to bring the more young people into the club?
Well, for me, I mean, the Christmas trees was a big way to get people in the club. A lot of my friends, we got them to help volunteer, and so I mean, like, things like that are good, and we can help recruit new members.
Great. And yeah, basically we are talking about values, and what values you get through this club life?
I mean, you just get like the value of like friendship and just like a good bond with people, because everyone's nice in the club, everyone supports you, and it's just a good environment.
How can you relate with the older generation with the youngsters now?
I mean, they pass down their experiences to us, and so we learn from that, and I think that's a good thing for us, because we can pass that down to the next generations after us.
I'm definitely younger, so I have a bigger presence on social media. I've definitely been showing my dad some things during the club. I sometimes do stuff for the Instagram for the tree lot in Wakefield. I think that just having a positive energy and reaching out to as many people as you can on social media and appearance or aesthetic is definitely important. It just draws people to your cause when they see that everything is put together and like fun and happy. It definitely helps on social media.
And how you feel about the diversity and the inclusion?
I think it's really cool. I went to an event a few years ago with the Wiseman Club, and I've never been around, like, especially I think the food and everything that we're introduced to.
Okay.
Like when meeting with all the people from different cultures, I think it's really a good opportunity for me, especially because I'm younger, to just be introduced to all of the different experiences in each culture. And I think it's a good learning experience for everybody in the club to learn about everyone else's like different things that they like to do.
The value we imbibe to give back to society is a divine mission. Youthful ignorance and groundless optimism are the courage to survive.
Perseverance is an energy to pedal through. It is good to have an end to journey toward.
But it is the journey that matters in the end.